Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2008, it's a Toyota Avalon. The problem we have with this one is that intermittently it won't start. You'll get in it, you'll step on the brake, you'll press your start button, and it fires right up. Other times you'll hop in the car, step on the brake, try to start the car up, it doesn't start. We figured that it was going to be the key and the key fob, which was going to be no good. But as it turns out, that's not the problem, because the key fob locks and unlocks the car without a problem. And I did have the customer bring over a second key fob to try it to make sure. And as you can guess, it still intermittently starts and doesn't start. The problem is that when I went to the customer's house to look at the vehicle, let me back up a little bit. The battery in here is brand new. We have headlights, we have interior lights to unlock and lock perfectly. So I know the battery is in good condition, that's not the issue. Went to his house, took a look at it, wouldn't start. Get a tow truck, bring it over here, get it towed into the shop, drop the vehicle in the shop over here, and guess what? It started right up. And it's been starting ever since. So, keep that thought. This is Jim the Car Guy's calling, and we'll come right back. Okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, so you get in the car, you step on the brake, and it starts up, of course, right away, and starts up every time since. But I was able to get the problem to happen one other time, and when it did happen, I also noticed that the key fob, when you bring the key fob into the car and you sit down and step on the brake, the button on the push button, it's usually lit up green when you go in the car with the key fob. I'm in a car, I go inside the car and I go to press the button and it's red, which leads me to believe that it's something going on with the key fob. So I get out, I go back into the back over here, I come back over, step on the car, step on the brake, starts right up, and starts up like 30-40 times right after that. So I'm trying to duplicate the problem and I'm having no luck doing it. But let me bring you inside, I'm going to show you what's going on, and we're going to try to resolve this issue. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Now, as you know, you get in the car, and if you do not step on the brake, that light lights up. You know that it lights up red, which means that your foot's not on the brake or whatever. So let's shut it all off. We get in the car. Now, if you put the key up near here, the key fob, this should light up green. As you can see right there, it lights up green. So now we know it starts right up. And I shut it off. And I start it up. And over and over and over. But every time that lights up green. Now, that one time when I was in here and it did not light up green, it was red, which leads me to believe that there's either something going on with the key fob, which is kind of unlikely because it happened with the second one also. The only other thought I have is that it's possibly something with the brake or the brake light switch or something like that. So, all right, hold that thought. Okay, so what I was able to duplicate is, you see right now I'm stepping on the brake. Now I'm stepping on the brake, and that light is not lit, which means to me that something is probably going on with the brake light switch. So, yeah, nothing. Okay, let me grab. No, now it's not lighting up at all. No matter how much I step on it, it's not doing anything. So, all right, let me grab my my test light, and we're going to need it underneath the dashboard, and we're going to check that that switch. Actually, yeah, there's nothing. Okay, all right. Let me grab my my power probe, and we're going to continue. And of course, now that we're in the car, trying to check it, I got my power probe set up down here. I got my fluorescent light down underneath the bottom, and I cannot duplicate the problem again. I got a suspicion. I got a suspicion it's going to be something with the stoplight switch, but I just want to confirm it just to make sure. So we're just going to keep on playing with it until it doesn't light up, and it's not lighting up now. And now I'm just going to keep the brake applied, because now that it's not starting, I want to go in the back and check my brake lights. This is tough to do when you're one man. Okay, well that confirms it right there. We have no brake lights. So now we're going to go underneath the bottom here, and we're going to check our stoplight switch. Let's see where it is. Oh my gosh, it's up there buried. All right, you know what? I'm going to put you down for a second. I'm going to take that switch out, and let me disconnect it. Tight switch. All right, the way that this switch comes out is you turn it. I'm thinking you turn it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there it is. Okay. You turn the switch and it comes right out. Well, not right out, but comes out. All right, so this is our switch. Let's get some light up here so you can see it. That's our switch right there, the stoplight switch. Basically, when you step on the brake, it just applies and releases. So we're going to push this and see what happens on the brake light now. I got a mirror set up over there. I don't know if you can see it. See the mirror? As you can see, the brake lights are working. Just trying to get it to not work. Okay, there we go. See the brake lights are not lit over there? Zoom you in there so you can see. See in the mirror? No lights. And I'm holding down the brake light right now. So let's get in here with our power probe. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let's get in here with our power probe and see what's happening in there. I hope you can see that. All right, we still have no brake lights. Okay, we've got power. And we don't have power. The white one is supposed to have power. Sorry about that. That's the fire department out there. Okay, now it's working again. I'm just going to try to duplicate it again. That's me. Okay. And I can't duplicate it. As you can see, I can't duplicate the failure. But I know there was no power to those brake lights in the back, so I'm going to go with a switch. I can't take a chance with this. Let's try doing this again. All right, there we go. I'm just watching the brake lights in the back. Now you can see we got ground here and we have power there. Now, you got a high-tech tool you need to use to do this. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I don't know if anybody's going to have this tool. This is something that's very hard to come by and very expensive. There it is, piece of wire, and that's going to tell us whether that switch is good or no good. Now, we have no brake lights in the back. We're just going to jump that switch out. Just like that. Okay, let's take a peek, and I'll show you. See back there, we got brake lights again. So we are absolutely sure that stoplight switch right there is no good. So again, we're going to check it one more time with the power probe so we see. Power here and the ground there. So we know that this switch is no good. So we're going to press the switch a couple times and see what happens. There it goes. Now it starts working again. All right, that's absolutely it. The switch is going to be replaced. So if you have a problem and intermittently your smart key is not so smart, or in this case it actually was smart, because what happened is the car was sensing that they weren't stepping on the brake to get the vehicle to start. So in conclusion, if you have a smart key that's smarter sometimes than it's supposed to be, and you try to press the button to start it, the light turns red on the dashboard. All the other stuff works, especially when you walk up to the vehicle, and when you walk to the vehicle, the door unlocks by itself. That means that the key fob is working correctly, that the car is sensing you're close to it, and it unlocks by itself. So if it does that, you get in, you step on the brake, and that little indicator, instead of being green, is red. That means that something's going on. Check your brake lights to make sure your brake lights are working. You have fuses that could be burnt out, causing this issue also. Bad fuse, maybe a bad light bulb, I'm not sure about that. But absolutely a bad stoplight switch will cause this, because the stoplight switch is sensing that you're not stepping on the brake, and it doesn't want the car to start unless you're stepping on the brake. So I'm going to go in the back, we're going to place the order for the stoplight switch, and we'll continue. So come on, let's take a walk in the back with me. All right, let's see what they say. Hey Joey, how you doing? It's Jim, J&S. Hey, 2008 Toyota Avalon. If it makes any difference, it's limited. Can I get a price on availability on the stoplight switch, please? Thank you. Wow, that's expensive. How come so much? Okay, all right, can you get it for me? When do you think you can get it? Not today? I was hoping to get this thing out of here today. All right, you know what? Let me give the dealer a call. Let me see what they have to say. I may have to run down to the dealer and pick it up, so I'll call you right back. Thank you. Bye. Okay, that switch is expensive. My cost for that switch is $65. And they don't have it in stock anyway. Today is Friday, just in case you don't know. I'm hoping to get this out of here because I don't work Saturdays and Sundays, and I was hoping to get this vehicle out of here. So let's call the dealer and see if the dealer has it. If we have to, we're going to take a road trip, and you're going to come with me. Yes, parts department. Hey, how you doing, Paul? It's Jim. JNS Bayonne. Hey, 2008 Toyota Avalon. Wondering if you have a stoplight switch in stock for that? No, huh? Shoot. All right. Hey, I was hoping to get this thing out of here today. Okay. All right. Let me call around aftermarket. I'm going to see if I can pick it up someplace aftermarket. All right. Thanks for your help. Appreciate it. Bye. Okay. Dealer doesn't have it either. They won't have it till Tuesday for me. This guy's looking at me like I'm insane over here. Give 1 minute. All right, one more second. Let me just order this up. Let me order this 1 second. Hey, what's up? It's Jim. You better order that switch up for me then. Yeah. Actually, the dealer was less money than you, but they don't have it in stock. $53.49. Oh, okay. All right. In that case, get it for me then. Order it up. All right. Send it up on Monday then. First thing you think, or what do you think? I don't work on Saturday. You know that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Send it up first thing Monday morning then. All right. I appreciate the help. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. Bye. Okay. Place the order. That's it. We're on hold until we get the new part. I am going to call the customer now just to run it by him to tell him what's going on. So I'll make a phone call and run it by the customer, and then when I get the switch on Monday, I guess we'll get back to this. All right? Okay. Back to this on Monday. Yeah, so that's the problem we're running into. So unfortunately, I would have liked to have it done today for you, but there's just no way. Nobody had. Dealer doesn't have it. The parts store I deal with doesn't have it. I looked online. Napa does not have it. Advanced Auto Parts doesn't have it. So we're kind of yeah, exactly. All right. So I'll get this wrapped up on Monday for you, and you know, we'll get it out the door. Okay. All right. I'll call you on Monday then, Joe. All right, thanks. Have a good weekend. Bye. Okay, we'll finish it up on Monday. So I'll show you what the end result is on Monday. Putting that switch up underneath the dashboard there, it's going to be a little bit tight, so I probably will not be able to film it. But let me bring you outside and show you what that switch looks like and how it goes back in. So let's take a walk. This is the switch here. We are going to disconnect it because as you can guess, the brake lights are on. Okay, so we are going to disconnect that switch. Very simple. The way you take the switch out, there's a little piece right here. You just push that piece in and pull it, and the switch comes right out. It's hard to believe that little piece of garbage there cost $55. All right, the way it goes back in is you just take this switch, you push it in, and you rotate it, and it locks in place. The way you put it in is you put it in here so that this piece here is just pushed in a little bit like that. So when you step on the brake, it pops out, and it turns the brake lights on, and will allow the car to start. So, all right. So it's going to be hard for me to film this because, as you remember, that thing is up there underneath the bottom, and it's going to be rough to film it and do that at the same time. So. All right, so what I'm going to do, come on, you dizzy yet? I got you going in circles over here, right? Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is we'll put this back in on Monday. We're going to put the new one back in. I'm not going to bore you with it. You know it's going to work. But I will take this apart after I get this job done. I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to find out what the contacts inside here look like. I guarantee that the contacts in here are probably a little bit like oxidized or something. So, all right, so we're going to wrap this job up on Monday. Once I get it wrapped up, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take this apart, and you and me are going to see what's wrong inside this switch and why it failed. So, all right. Hi, and welcome back to the continuing saga of the car that won't start because of the stoplight switch being no good. We did get our replacement stoplight switch, which is right here. That's our old one. We're not going to mix them up. We're keeping these separate. This is our new one. So what we're going to do now is, let me just show you this real quick. When you look underneath the vehicle, this, I hope you can see this okay, this is the piece that's actually in the brake, in the metal bracket by the brake itself. And the way you remove this pushes in and snaps in place with these little lock pins right here. I will show you underneath the car, but it's going to be a little bit tight. All right, it just snaps right in. The way you remove it is this is in the vehicle, you take the switch, you rotate the switch like this, and then it pulls right out. The way you put it back in is you push it in like this to the proper height. You want to have this depressed in there like that, and then you just take this, you rotate the switch, and it locks in place. So I hope you're going to be able to see me do this under the dashboard, but time will tell. So enough BS, let's get underneath there and get this job wrapped up and out the door. Okay, let me just show you what we're going to be doing here. All right, this is the new switch, of course. What we're going to do is we're going to go in here with a pair of pliers like this. We're going to squeeze. Well, let me just take this off and I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to go up underneath there like this. We're going to take these pliers. We're going to squeeze this in just a little bit. We're going to pull the clip out, and we're going to put the new clip back in. So, all right, let's get started. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, but we'll take a look and see. All right. I'll put you down for a second there. Let's take that clip out. Oh boy, that's a tight squeeze down there. Okay, let me just show you this. You look in the back right there in that mirror. See the brake lights? So we know they're working just the way they're supposed to. You can see the brakes. Right. All right, now if we did our job correctly, we should get in the car. We should come in here, step on the brake, and this should light up green just as it's supposed to. Perfect. All right, here we go. That's it. All right, so again, if you get in the car and you step on the brake and this light here is not green, check your brake lights. That's going to be it's going to be an issue with the stoplight switch. All right, I guess that's really about. That noise is going to drive me nuts. All right, so as always, all right, all of our gear is out. That's it. We're all done. So, in conclusion, that was the culprit. We will open this up. I'm not going to do it now because I have a couple of items I got to get started on. We'll open this up. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what's wrong with it, and we'll do an update on what's going on. Now, The way you adjust this is, remember what I said about this here? You're going to adjust the switch in that clip just far enough so that it's touching like this. You don't want this plastic piece touching into it at all because it'll restrict the travel of the brake pedal, and you do not want to do that. All right, this is what's going to be pushed in. Make sure that doesn't touch. That's it. You're all done. All right, tight squeeze underneath there, as you can see. You know, everything underneath there is made of metal, and you wind up with some more battle scars. All right, thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, you want to talk about anything, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about anything. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, now we got everything back together on that Toyota, and I want to open up this switch, and we're going to find out what actually failed inside here. So, all right, let me grab a screwdriver, and let's take a look at it. All right, let's see what it looks like. We're just going to break it because we don't need to use it over again. We're just going to break the clips off. Yeah, actually with this one it's going to be kind of hard to even tell what failed on it. Okay, it's a really tiny little... Let's push this out. It's going to be hard to even tell what failed on this thing. This thing is oh, check this out, huh? Oh, not even sure what these are, some type of resistors or something. I don't see anything that looks like it's that it's damaged or anything. I don't see anything that really looks bad except maybe one of these resistors or diodes or whatever these things are is no good. But I don't see anything that's a visible signs of a problem, unless it's these contacts in here. I see a little bit of pitting on these contacts here, but very insignificant. Yeah, a little more pitting on this side over here, so most likely it was something to do with these contacts just not making a good contact. That's it. All right, I'm always curious what the you know, what actually failed. And let's stay right there. I'm always curious what actually failed on it. So, all right. So that's it. What failed? It's just speculation, but I'm going to bet you it was either these contacts or one of these resistors here. Not really too sure. All right. So that's it. Job's out the door. On to the next one.